Hello, guys. How you guys doing? Hopefully, you are doing awesome today. Hello, comment nous tout hier. M'ta souhaité nous bien jodi. Today I have this delicious grits with shrimp and some vegetables. I promise you, this is so amazing. If you want to know how I make or how I made it, please stay right here. But while you had it, please do press the notifications and also subscribe to our channel. We will appreciate it tremendously. And thank you so much for each and every one of you that's supporting this channel and encouraging us all the time. We are so grateful for you. Nou di ou bienveni nan chanel nou an. Nou wal fon bon ti manje pou. E pandan ou ap gade yan, pa bliye pou ba nou, pou abone, pou peze ti cloche notifikasyon, e pi pou pataje video a nan group ou avek. For all our subscribers, we're gonna ask you a big favor. Pour tout moun ki abone yo, nou wal mande nou an gros faveur. We want each and every one of you guys to give us 5 subscribers. If you have 5 friends, you're gonna send this video, share this video with them and ask them to please subscribe to our channel, which is Eve JC Johnson's channel. We will appreciate it tremendously, guys. So I'm gonna say it in Creole now. Pour tout zami nou yo, pour tout abonné nou yo, nak mande yon gros koken chen faveur. Nak mande pou chak moun ki supporte channel sa, pou voye video sa, partager video sa avec zami ou bien famille ou bien n'importe moun ou gen, di yo kon sa ke pou yo tan pri, pou yo ale, pou yo abonne nan channel sa pour vous. OK? Moi tap apprécier ça en pile. And even if you guys are not our subscribers, even though this is your first time watching our videos, we want you to help us to grow this channel. And the way you can do that is by sharing our videos to your page, with your friends, to your groups, or however you can. The idea, and then you can also let them know to please go to our channel and subscribe, and also press the notification bell. When we have something new, they will be the first to know. We will appreciate it tremendously. So anyway, let's just start.
So, avant de commencer, normalement, moi ap introduit, moi pour m'ka non seulement di nou bienvenue dans channel là, et puis pour moi capable expliquer nous qui genre de ingrédients que moi va utiliser. Préparer plume nous ou bien aller dans frigidaire nous pour nous qui ça pour nous prendre, ou bien dans pantry nous pour nous ka qui manger nous va retirer pour nous ka faire manger ça ensemble avec moi. Si vous prêt, moi prêt tout. So, moi dis nous tout merci encore pour support nous. Pas oublier mes amis, abonnez, supportez me façon ça. Non seulement qui en fait commentaire, le fini, mettez-le dans le groupe nous, partagez la zami nous, di yo vini dans channel là pour yo abonner ensemble avec nous. Nous pas pour regret ça parce que ma travail pour nous et ma fonction pour moi qu'a fait tout le monde comprendre, pas fatiguer nous. Moi qu'a fait li m'a mélanger anglais avec créole juste pour nous mêmes, pour nous capables garder li. Que parfois moi pas fait ça, c'est parce que moun qui m'a mieux c'est moun qui parle anglais seulement, moi pas fait ça, mais sous di mou vle li m'a fait tout possible pour m'ka montrer nous. So I have something new for you. Every time you see me, that's mean I have something new. So today I want to show you guys how you can make a little grits with shrimp. But I'm telling you, you gotta be ready for it, because if you're on a diet, maybe that's not for you.
With some veggies.
I'm gonna show you how to make it like delicious. And it's not gonna cost you a lot of money. This is my thing. whenever I'm cooking, I'm trying to show you how you can save money. Because I'm telling you, once you start doing it that way, you'll be like, oh my God, this is the only way. But to be honest with you, if something is very delicious and if it's loaded with calorie, take small portion, okay? Like mwen pa nutritionist sou gen de seri de bagay ou pa ka manje, tan pri fè recherche ou pou kontou. Do your own research what you can eat and what you cannot eat. I do home cooking. I'm not a chef. It's something I do as a hobby. So, son bagay mwen fè paske mwen remel. Mwen ta souwete ke ou supporte mwen tout fason kapab. E mwen garanti ou ma pa apresye sa anpil, 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 anpil. Malgre mwen vini, mwen fatige, men même si vous fatigué ou pas fatigué, faut manger quand même, bah vrai, faut manger, faut nous manger, bah vrai. Even though I'm tired, you have to eat and I have to eat. So let's go. Let's get this thing started. Too much talking, right? Nous parler trop, on a commencé. By the way, bon tout profiter di nou. By the way, let me just tell you what we have for ingredients. Nous avons besoin oil, nous avons besoin l'huile, nous avons besoin garlic, nous avons besoin l'ail, nous avons besoin poireau, nous avons besoin green onions, nous avons besoin yon ti vegetable. Li ka n'importe, m'boko kon ki exactement, mais m'a montre nous photo quand même. N'a besoin grits parce que ça nous va le faire grits qui c'est maïs moulin, sou pas joine grits là parce que grits là gen yon qui 5 minutes qui cuit plus vite parce que maïs nous gen. Si c'est maïs haïtien ou bagan là pas occuper moun k'ap di oh non et pas grits c'est this. Ou ka faire le même genre, ou ka utiliser maïs, OK? Ou ap laver bien laver parce que maïs nous gen paille, ou ap retirer paille yo et puis ou ap cuit li normal comme si tu font maïs moulin, OK? So, sou pa joun grits lan, si c'est Haiti ou ye, just prend maïs moulin, OK? It's allié, c'est une bagaille là, but you feel comme, you know, it's not. So, moi, ça m'a pris c'est grits blanc, ça qui blanc. I'm gonna use the grits, the white one, the quick one. And then don't even listen to the 5 minutes. They tell you like you could cook it for 5 minutes. It's gonna be grainy. I like my grits to be like butter, like, you know, like creamy and yummy. M'bavle pour ma pour grain la donne. OK? Et puis m'vle vraiment moi men creamy. OK? So nous va gen shrimp qui c'est chèvret là, ou bien écrivis, genre les là. Et puis l'autre ingrédient yo m'a montré nous. The other ingredients I'll show you. We will have shrimp. Okay, the rest of the ingredient I will just show it to you. Okay, and usually if I don't say it, you'll see the picture. And sometimes I borrow other people pictures when I'm cooking. Sometimes I'm cooking so fast. If I didn't film something or take picture of something, I'll go on Google to find something similar and then to show you what I use so you don't miss anything. Si ou toutefois m bada gen tan filme yon bagay, mwen remake yon bagay ki manke, mwen kon ale nan Google, mwen pran li pou m pran photo pou m ka montre même s'il pas exactement ça m'utiliser à peu près ça m'utiliser so même ou pas perdu information, OK? So moi du l'on a fait manger premier bagage toujours dit moun fait manger en façon pa sou son moun qui remet l'on a fait manger pas quitter manger à contrôle when you
let your creativity shine through. Don't be like too like, oh, I have to do it just the way. Because remember, you are cooking for yourself or someone else. Okay. So basically, please look at the ingredients that I have. Let's just start these things already. We have butter, several cheese. Like you could use whatever you want. We have green onions and chèvret, which is shrimp. Gade tout ingredient yo, ma montre nou yo encore. Then now we're gonna season our shrimp. Nou wal nou wal mette assaisonnement nan shrimp nou. Et puis after we're done, we will mix it. As far as seasoning your food, like I said, if you're cooking for you used to certain spice, it's okay for you to use it. Okay, I have paprika, I have Old Bay, then I also have some lemon and pepper seasoning I put in this, but you can do whatever you want. And I will also put some onions powder and garlic powder with some lime, fresh lime juice or whatever you can find. Okay, so map assaisonner li avec épices sa yo nou map mette la dan yo. Et puis, l'homme fini, m'a quitté li pour le reposer at least pour 5 minutes. Avant mal mette l griller. Ok, moi pas mette epis ki de l'eau parce que moi bral griller bagay sa. Moi bral mette l non cast iron. Ok, inside. Ma mette l non bagay ou capable griller bagay ou ka fel non chaud tout, li pa nécessaire pour gagner un cast iron. Ok. So now, as you could see, I'm seasoning it. Okay. So I use my Creole season. I have Creole season, like it's homemade. So it's usually mixed with tons of dry season. Like they mix it like garlic powder, like cayenne peppers, like a bunch of stuff. Okay, if you want to know how to make Creole seasoning, maybe one day I'll make one in front of you. If you want to learn how to make it, you could Google it. Like you'll find the ingredients. Some people put more stuff. I usually put more stuff in mine, but like, hey, like you just need like a season, like you could call your own. You can make that homemade thing. You will never go wrong. So what I'm doing right now, I'm taking some olive oil. While I was talking, I am greasing my cast iron, and one of the reason I'm doing that is because I do not want my shrimp to stick too much in my cast iron. When you add the oil, it would help it. Moi mets aussi l'huile là-dedans juste pour chèvre moi pas coller là-dedans parce que c'est grillé, moi pral griller, moi pas font sauce avec lui, pas mettre de l'eau là-dedans. C'est ça que fait moi utiliser épices qui dry là. This is why I use the dry seasoning, the powder seasoning. I didn't want to put like a liquid seasoning like the Haitian blend seasoning. So yes, it depends like what I'm cooking. If I was making a stew, I wouldn't mind putting any type of seasoning. So all these things you have to think about them too, because if you're grilling it, especially this type of cast iron, if you put too much liquid in it, it's gonna turn to a stew instead of grilling, so but it's still flavorful, it's still delicious. It's just like it doesn't have a lot of liquids in it. Okay, so now we're gonna wait for this to cook. Shrimp normally don't take a long time. Chèvre pas prendre plus de temps pour le cuire. Okay. So what you need to do is just like let it grilled for at least 2 to 3 minutes of each side. Ou quitter le cuire de 2 à 3 minutes dans chaque bord. Pas de virer le tourner, il pas nécessaire pour faire toute bagaille ça. Once you cook it for 2 to 3 minutes, it's like half of that shrimp will be cooked. Then when you turn the other side, the other half will finish. Okay. So this cook wasn't pre-cooked. Okay, it's like a raw shrimp. I already deveined it. I did wash it. I remove everything that I'm not supposed to have, except for the tail. I love the tails, so I kept it. But you don't have to do that. If you're not comfortable, you could remove all the shells or whatever. Moi qui te cueillant, li pas un problème puisque li lavé, li propre, li pas nécessaire pour manger, but li belle, moi remets le manger shop là, m'kembel nan tel là et puis pour manger. Même pas manger tel là, moi gada nicher tel là. Et puis jeter l'après, OK? So, li ba li yon pi bon en flavor parce que parfois m kon pon shell yo, po shrimp yo, mwen lave yo et puis mwen bouilli yo, mwen fè yon stock, like a fish stock or seafood stock or something like that. Parce que yo gon paket flavor la den. Sometimes I use the shell to make stock, like seafood stock or something like that. So I am turning them now after 2 or 3 minutes. You can definitely turn them. Now ma vire yo, okay, parce que li boukane assez. Alright, so and then ou ka we li gon couleur pink, there's a couleur rose ou bien jaune abricot peu importe, li genyen lè li cuit. Puisque ça c'est boucané, ta boucané, li pas besoin, liquide, li pas besoin. So, nous allons retirer li. Moi, mets ton petit parsley là-dedans, moi, mets ton petit persil, moi, mets ton petit persil, ouais. Oublié. So, mets ton petit persil, et puis, Konye yan, nap vire li, nap tourne li pou pesi yan ka ale tout kote. We turning it, and then all we have to do, we put it in our plate. We drop some green onions to it for make it to look more beautiful than how it already is. I already had two. It was delicious, but I can't eat all of it. I have to wait for the grits, okay? So sometimes you'll be tempted to eat the whole thing because it's so delicious. It's like so good and so tender. It's
This
like
is
really, really,
my
really like
Creole
delicious, guys. Like you should
rib.
try it that
So
way,
delicious.
and I bet you will love it.
Well
Like just
seasoned.
drop, squeeze, and what I did, I squeezed a
Delicious.
little lime.
Waiting
That
for the
little lime, like
grits
you
or
could taste
anything
it.
else.
It's like amazing.
So yum.
Anyway, now what we're gonna
Wow.
do, we're gonna use the same cast iron.
The
Do
smell
not
of it is
wash
like
it. It's no need
unbelievable.
for you to wash it. Then you're gonna cook the
This delicious
vegetables, okay?
shrimp will make
That
you
in that
go,
same cast iron. Na pou
ooh
utilize
la
même
la.
chodje, nou
It's
pa bezwen lave,
so
pa neseser pou nou lave li,
delicious. I already
nou
had
brale
one.
boukane,
I have to wait for
vegetable
my
nou an
grits.
yo deja cuit deja, men nou brale boukane yo. Premier sa nou te fe, nou te bouilli yo. Nou lave yo, nou retire sak pa bon yo, nou pren sak bon yo. Mwen menm leman fe brokoli, manje preske tout parti yo. Mwen retire po yo ki red yo, e pi m'utilize tout. Okay, when I'm cooking broccoli, usually I just eat most of it, like I just remove the hard, chewy part, and then I'll just like cook everything. So now this is what we're gonna do. Before we grill it, we could have just grilled the vegetables directly, but I don't want it to be too dry like this. I'm gonna first like steam it a little bit, okay? Mwen bral cuit li on ti kras pou seulement 2 minutes, okay? So it's still gonna have the crunch and the color. I wanna keep the color, okay? So now I am putting my broccoli. I could have just dropped everything together. I think I made it two vegetable together, but one of the reason I'm not putting everything together is because I want to keep the vibrant color. So it's not necessary for you to cook them separately, but I cook with my eyes as well. I like colorful food, so I didn't want, especially the cabbage, it's purple, it would like go all over my other vegetables, so I didn't want to do that. So I add some vinegar and some salt and pepper and garlic for taste, but and once I put it in a cold bath, like with ice water, it's gonna remove some of that taste. But so what I did with that my cold water, I did add some vinegar and salt, and the same season I put in the hot water, I put it in the cold water too. Okay, so it wasn't like completely bland, and after that I'm gonna add a pinch of little season to keep it delicious. Okay, so now I know I stopped the cooking process. Now I'm gonna use my purple cabbage, or some people say red cabbage. Okay, mwen pa utilize chou mauve mwen, se li men mwen wal kuit. Mwen pa pran pil, mwen just pran kelke branch. I'm not taking a lot, I just take few pieces. So I don't like to waste food. Like I said, if I'm not gonna eat a lot of stuff, if I don't like it, if I don't want a lot of it, there's no need for me to cook tons of it and waste it. Okay, so I'll just like cook exactly what I want, and then that's it. Okay, because I'm cooking the red thing is just for me, because the other person don't like cabbage at all. So anyway, now I am making I'm gonna make my gravy with I have parsley, I have green onions, I have celery, I have oil, I have garlic and ginger, and I also have some white onions, like I said, celery before. I have some cherry tomatoes, like with some celery. So I'm showing you. So mwen gen l'huile, mwen gen zonyon, mwen gen beurre, I have butter, mwen gen cherry tomato, mwen gen seleri, mgen persil, mgen poaro. Mbral fè yon ti sos, men sos lan li bral on fason ragu. Mwen gen garlic powder and black peppers with salt in it. So se sa mbral itilize pou m fè sos lan, met yon ti olive oil. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil as well. So basically with some butter, but as you could see, I don't put that much. So I'm gonna make it in a ragu style. I'm not gonna make like the Haitian sauce. Like I'm not gonna put a lot of water in it. I just want it to be thick. Okay. So the first thing I put my onions and I put my garlic with my little ginger. So I'm gonna cook these. I don't want them to burn, and I also drop my cherry tomatoes when I get tomate mwen la don zonyon, and then garlic avec gingembre mwen mette la don, and then ma kite l cuit men pa kite l boule. Okay, so now I am mixing everything together. And for some of you, if you don't understand the language, I'm speaking Creole and English. So if it's confusing for you to understand because I'm trying to say two things at once, just like look at what I'm doing. Okay, so I am putting right now some salt. Si ou pa kompren, gade sa ma fe an, et puis wap kompren. Okay, so basically I add my salt and pepper and garlic and this, and I put very little. If you look at when I'm cooking, I don't put so much of bunch. I believe like when you're cooking, you should season every ingredients, but I don't feel like I have to overpower them. Like I always feel like you have to respect the ingredients. You shouldn't be eating something you have no idea what you're eating. Usually it's because you over season the thing. You need to taste what you're eating. You need to be able to recognize what you're eating, and I think that's good cooking. And yes, I do home cooking, and I make it look ordinary, make looking like you would buy some things like out of the restaurant or something. So that's what I want to show you guys, like to let you know that you don't have to spend crazy money if you don't have it, but at the same time you don't have to compromise because you eating at home. Eating at home it should be a reward. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. And at the same time, sometimes we make it more difficult than what it is, and there's easy way to always make things. So basically, look, for example, I have this package from like a food that I ordered. I don't throw them away. Sometimes I use them. So I wanted some hot sauce. I like to use this hot sauce because it's not really hot. So I have somebody who's really sensitive. My husband is very sensitive when it comes to heat. Okay, I'm not like that. I like spice, but he can't take spice, so I can't really put spicy stuff in there. So this is my gravy. It's really like a ragu, like I said. And it tastes so amazing because I put the fish stock in it. It tastes like a seafood, ragu. Now I am finally gonna use my vegetables. They already cooked. I already cut them however I want. And then now I am putting my carrots first. And you could add some honey in your carrot if your carrot is too mature, if it's not sweet enough. But I didn't want to do that. My carrot was like delicious how it is. And one of the secret you can do when you're cooking your carrots, cook it with the skin. Okay, don't remove the skin. Cook it with the skin. Okay, my carrot mwen li pral cuit. Si li pa sucré, li pa gen bon goût, ou ke ta pa son ti sirop miel la dan ni tout petit, but li pa bezwen sa m pat fè. Le yon sucre ki gen nan cuit carrot avec un pile lot vegetable, si nou vle kenbe sucre lan ki la dan nan pou ka taste bon, cuit li a tout pot. Avec ça, la prêter bien goût. Okay?
Then peel off the
All right,
skin
now,
after.
as you could see, the grill marks, it's in the vegetables. That's all I needed because the thing was already cooked, and I'm not trying to overcook it. So because I still need my crunch. So now I'm gonna put my broccolis and my cabbage. Kounye yon ma mette brocoli mwen avec chou mwen. Avec chou mwen, ma mette li, men mwen konen ke pou mwen te doulan, chou sa li vreman selfish, li vreman lè l'entre yon kote, li vle deten sou tout moun. Ou kompon koman Haiti yo di yon ti moun ki pa bon. Li pa bon, la gâte lot yo. So ou mette li pa mélanger, sou vle kembe couleur. Sou pa, ou pa, sa pa bon important, li te met mélanger couleur, te met al la don, ou ka mélanger. Mwen vle kembe couleur, à chaque ingrédient yo parce que moi remets colorful food. Moi remets food qui gen pile couleur là-dedans, okay? Pas seulement goût mais pour le belle, okay? So now I am not mixing my cabbage with my broccoli. I put each of them in a side because I don't want the color of the cabbage to go through my broccoli. But if that doesn't bother you, you could just mix everything together. I love colorful food, so that's why I'm doing that, but it's not necessary. So now I'm gonna season my vegetable very lightly, not a lot, a little like sprinkle, not too much, okay? Because you don't want to overpower your vegetable when you can't barely recognize what you're eating. Sometimes there is a time for it, but sometimes it's good to just eat your vegetables, not too cooked, not overcooked or whatever. Ok, ou pa bezwen met an pil season nan brocoli an, ou pa bezwen met an paket l'huile nan brocoli an, paske ou vin fel so unhealthy. Ou kompren, ou vin fel pa jan pou lta suppose de ye an, li pa bon anko, paske ou mette trop bagay ki pa bon la dan. Ok, so this is my vegetables, it's already done. So not only that, so we have our ragu sauce as well. Okay, so remember, we have our vegetables, we have our shrimp done. I wanted to show you these first, but while I was doing that, I was also cooking my grits. So I wanted to show you the things separately, even though I was cooking them together. Okay, now it's time for me to show you how I made the grits. Now, if you don't have the grits, you can use your cornmeal. It's completely okay? The only difference I see, it's a little bit harder or drier than the other one. The cornmeal takes longer to cook, and the grits, it's like usually 5 minutes to cook, but I never really cook it for 5 minutes because I think it needs more time. So I think that's the only different really, but people are gonna swear like it's different. So ba jwen grits nan pa mette kon mil lan. Ok, c'est comme si ou gen maï pou faire popcorn et pou gen maï pou maï grenen ou gen la kay nou. Et comme so I think it's like kind of like when people doing risotto and then they doing rice, okay? So I feel like risotto was probably a mistake they make while cooking rice, but it's delicious. So anyway, guys, it's not really like I like to be creative. Like if I don't have something, I could always use a cornmeal. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna color my grits on purpose just to show you it's gonna look exactly like a cornmeal when I'm done with it. All right, so I am now putting my grits. I put about a cup of grits. Like, see, if I put a cup of grit, I'll put 4 cups of water. Okay, so that's how I like it. I like it to because I'm gonna put cheese and butter and all these kind of things, so I want it to be like that. Okay, some people put less water. Sometimes I even put 6 cups of water and 1 cup of grits. But you just have to let it cook a lot. If I'm cooking corn, like meal, I put more water because it takes But sometimes I cook cornmeal with like I was cooking rice. So food. It's like be creative. Do it however you want. It's not there's no wrong or right. So one thing I'll say about like cooking grits or cornmeal, it's like you have to mix it a lot, and it's good for it because it will make it creamy while you do that, because it's kind of like you breaking down the starch, so it's gonna go like mix in the water. It's gonna make it that starchy and creaminess in it. So yes, that's what we do in my country. We beat that corn, like we like mix it until we can't mix it no more. But you have to be careful, you don't want to burn. Let nou nan pe nou bat may nou bien bat pou kapab molas, okay? So this is important, but be careful you don't pou pa boule. Faites attention pou pa boule. Okay, as you can see, my corn, like for according to the thing, it's been 5 minutes, it should be ready. But I don't like my corn like that, or my grits like that. I want it to be more like I want it to cook more. I don't want it to be runny like grainy like that. I don't. I want it to, like, when it's like a marriage, like everything together. Moi me le tout bagay yo kole. So, si mak manje maigane. Si mak manje like grits like that, I want it to be creamy. Okay? So now I'm mixing it. It's starting to look like the way I want it. So as you can see, you can barely see the liquid from the corn. It's like all of them become one, happily ever after. So now I'm putting my cheese. I'm putting my cream cheese with a little bit of Laughing Cow, and I'm putting some cheddar cheese. Like, you can put whatever cheese you're comfortable eating. I don't eat cheese a lot because I'm lactose intolerant, and I also put a little mozzarella cheese. Like, you don't have to, but I just put it. It's okay, because I'm gonna mix it really well and cook it. Okay, and now, so I am, as you could see the creaminess. Like, look at how it's turning. It's just like so delicious. Okay, regardez comment li vini, comme si li vin même met ton petit butter. I put a little butter. It's now, look at it. It looks like so like delicious, like so creamy. If you like creamy food, you in heaven. This is what I'm gonna put in it to change the color, just to show you. If you have cornmeal, you can do it as well. Okay, this one is a white grits, and I'm just adding this. It's not necessary, but I'm just showing you, because some people, they're uncomfortable eating certain things. It's for the first time they're eating it. They used to cornmeal. They probably say, I don't want that. Like, and then you just add this just to make it colorful. I did this. This thing doesn't have any flavor. It's just color. It's kind of like a sazon without salt. Okay. So now I did cover it. This is the steam, so I'm mixing it. So this, to me, now it's ready. This is the test. Once you lift your corn like this and something like this, you need to, like, it needs to hold a little bit. If it runs right away, it's not ready. Si nou ama yan nou an it leve li tombe blouk, that's mean ni poko bon. So kounye yan nou we koman li kole, ou we koman li kom si di slow motion. So that's mean it's ready, and then I taste it to see if it's not grainy under your tongue. If everything is cooked, that's mean you like ready to start plating your food or dig in, whatever you want to do with it. It's up to you. Okay, n'importe so vle fe avel ou fel, kounyo wal metel nan plat. So now we're plating our food because our food is ready. That's what we need to do. So this is it. It's beautiful. Doesn't look like a cornmeal to you, like grits. That's what I'm saying. It's not really a big deal. It's not really that different the way they want it. It's just like one cook longer than the other. That's it. The one is drier than the other, which is the cornmeal is drier than the grit. So it takes longer time to cook. Okay. So now you have everything ready. You have your shrimp, you have your vegetables, you have your grits, and also you have your ragu waiting. So what can you do now? After you have all these things done, you could either plate it if you didn't plate them, do the whole shebang presentation. To me, presentation, it's important to me too. So you can garnish it, you can present it however you want, make it nice, and then delicious at the same time. So I put my gravy, moi mette sauce moi sou my moi ou bien sou grit moi. Sauce la tellement bon, li pa nécessaire pour mettre un packet. The gravy is so intense, it's so flavorful. There's no need for me to put tons. Okay, so I have enough. So what I'm gonna add those shrimp on top of it. I'm gonna mette chevret yo, boucané yo en l'aile. So I am putting my shrimp, like I said, on top of it. You could fix it however you want. You could put it on top, like on the side or whatever. So I like to put like on top of the gravy. That's why I didn't spread the gravy all the way, because I want my grits to show as well. So like it's not important. It's just little things that I do for me for on my satisfactions. But it's just like it doesn't matter if you want to put everything together. It's up to you. It's how you like it. As long you're happy, you did your job. Okay. So now this is I'm putting my extra green onions just for garnish to make it more pop because I love colorful food. And now I will also add some of that gravy on top, like around my shrimp. Just it doesn't really need extra flavor, but just to make my shrimp a little bit more shinier, because I grilled it, I didn't make it to a stew. So I'm just gonna just like drop that little oil from that gravy around it, and then it will look more beautiful, more appetizing, and more delicious. It's kind of like unnecessary, like deliciousness going on. So, anyway, so li pa neseser jan ou mette manje a nan plat lan, as long ou happy. Mwen reme we manje ki look nice. And when you do that, one of the thing that I love to plate my food like certain way, I feel like when you plate the food like the way you're supposed to plate it, it makes the food look more expensive than it is. Okay. Also more excited, especially if you have kids that are picky. Okay. So because this food, to be honest, per person, it's around maybe 650, okay, per person. And the only reason why the grits is very inexpensive, the only reason why is the shrimp. Okay, it's the manger an pa koute an pi la pen sou dépenser $6 par personne. And the only reason why it's because I am using shrimp, but if I was using something else, it would have cost me less money than that. So I am fixing my food. I am making my food looking spectacular in my head. I feel like it looks delicious. It looks colorful. It looks invited. So that's how you're gonna go with your picky eaters, because they eat with their eyes first. The first thing they see, like if they don't like it, they're not even gonna try it. And then you make sure the taste is there. Don't just make beautiful food without taste. Okay. And also make sure that if you can make your food healthier, if you're on a certain diet, if you cannot take dairy, for example, don't be like me. Like, because sometimes, even though I can't take certain things, I take it sometime every once in a while. So pa ka pou bagay pinga ou manjel, le fini si ge seri de bagay ou allergie avel, pinga ou manjel. So this is it, guys. This is it. I'm talking a lot, and while I'm talking, my food is getting cold. And it's still warm. So let me start eating, because I rather have it warm than cold. So as you could see, when I touch it, it's not more runny because it's getting cold. It's warm still, but let you finish watching what I'm saying without voiceovering this video, because that's when things gets real. When I'm eating these things, I just like forgot. I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. Anyway, guys, enjoy. Ma kite nou fin gade ti res video an, e pi na poyon lot fwa ankor, e pi lel pati sa fini, ma fon ti pale ankor. So good. And if you want it more runny, you can do it. But it's so creamy, so cheesy. I'm gonna be in trouble for eating the dairy, but I couldn't resist it. It just make my stomach funny. And when people are lactose intolerant, it's what they do. But it won't kill me. It's just so good. Try it. You won't regret it. I actually converting someone who said they didn't like grits, and I did it for them. They're like, oh my god, now addicted to it. So good. And sometimes I even put some coconut cream, but this time I didn't do it. I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't want to put the cheese, put coconut cream, and you will love it. All right? Let me go and enjoy. Be creative with whatever you have and make sure you have fun as well. So, hopefully, you like this video, and if you do, put a thumbs up. Taswete ke nou reme video an, kounya nou konen la nap feti manje nou pa bezwen pe, nou ka fel jan nou vle. So, mette like nou, et puis partager, pa oublier.
Bon appétit. Mangez bien. Merci pour patience ou parce que t'es bon mon petit temps pour te regarder. Thank you so much for your time because you were so patient watching the video all the way through. And I'll see you next time. This is Eve JC Johnson, and you just watched Eve JC Johnson's channel. Thank you. Ou sot gade kounye Eve JC Johnson channels. Et wap gade Eve, okay? So, ou channel mwen c'est Eve JC Johnson.
Now, finally, it's time to say goodbye, and may God bless you all, love you all. Remember to share, like, subscribe, press the notification bell when we have something. Goodbye.